Dominica welcomes new ambassador designate to the French Republic. OECS launches regional strategy for development of statistics, and the Ministry of Education gives $20,000 of stimulants to early childhood centers. Thank you for joining us on National Focus. I'm Lourianne Graham Carter.
I'm Kerdisha St. Louis. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Welcome back. Dominica now has a new ambassador designate to the French Republic. His Excellency Felipe Ardana has presented his credentials to the President of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savre, on Wednesday, remarking how pleased he is to continue the strong bond between Dominica and France.
But I would like first to express my gratitude to you for the warm welcome I have received since my arrival in your beautiful country. Thanks a lot to your protocol unit. And I would like also to convey the people of Dominica, through your Excellency, a message of friendship, solidarity, and fraternity from France. I am delighted, Your Excellency, to be at your side today, because I know how Dominica and France have such a friendly and trusting relationship, binding them for so many years. But I'm also delighted because I come to see you as a neighbor.
He stated that developing amicable relationships within the Eastern Caribbean states is of a top priority.
My country is very supportive and fully committed to the integration of its overseas communities and regions in their regional environment. That is why developing cooperation with the Eastern Caribbean states is one of my highest priorities. I want therefore to thank Dominica for the support given to the adhesion of Martinique to the OECS last year and to the current accession process of Saint Martin and to the upcoming one of Guadeloupe. In just 1 year time, the 3 West Indies regions of France should be in the OECS, working together with their English-speaking neighbors.
In his address, His Excellency the President of Dominica, Charles Savre, noted the significant areas in which France has assisted Dominica, stating that Dominica will continue in its support of the French Republic.
Since the development of diplomatic relations with the French Republic in 1979, Dominica has benefited and continues to benefit from significant assistance offered by your government, particularly in the areas of health, tourism, agriculture, and education. We thank the French Republic for providing invaluable economic support to Dominica over the years. Our cooperation with your country in the international arena can be counted upon, and we look forward to providing continued support to the candidacy of the French Republic on various international bodies in appropriate circumstances.
In more news, the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Commission has officially launched the Regional Strategy for Development of Statistics at the Fort Young Hotel. This was at the 9th OECS Living Standards Measurement Committee LSME meeting held under the theme, Revolutionizing Our Statistics, Developing Our Societies. Meetings were held on Monday, followed by the official launching on a Tuesday. Head of the Statistical Services Unit in the OECS Commission, Dr. Gail Archibald, gave the purpose of the RSDS.
When we talk about designing and formalizing the OECS regional statistical system, essentially what we're talking about is doing things that will allow us to harmonize the work that we do, whether it's regulations, whether it's standard methodologies, whether it's our governance arrangement, but at least we know what comes out of the system is supported with the right sort of, as I said, methodologies. Regarding consolidating and fortifying the national statistical systems, shared responsibility, and to answer the question about building mathematicians and statisticians, I think all countries, or most of them, have a priority list for education ministers, so it will be good if we begin to put statisticians on that list.
Grenada's Minister for Labor, Economic Development, Trade, Planning, Cooperatives and International Business, Oliver Joseph, at the ceremony, stated that the 2013 Agenda for Sustainable Development calls for all countries and stakeholders to act collaboratively to implement the plan.
The agenda recognizes this imperative for statistics and data and dedicates a target that attains to them. Enhancing capacity building support to small island developing states like ours, and increasing significantly the availability of high quality, timely and reliable data, disaggregated by income, gender, age, race, ethnicity, migratory status, disability, geographic location, and others.
He highlighted the importance of proper data collection.
The challenges that we face, we must confront it together. I can certainly attest to these daily challenges. Having the portfolio from economic development, trade, and planning, my decisions and policy proposal are hindered without evidence, timely, and relevant data. And you must understand the significance of what you do. Sometimes you carry out activities not aware of the impact it is having nationally. So if you give me wrong information on my GDP, then the debt to GDP ratio will be different.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Planning, Economic Development and Investment, Gloria Joseph, noted the issues OECS member states faced prior to the launch of this program.
The studies and various interventions undertaken over the past months, spearheaded in part by the OECS Statistical Unit and also at the level of CARICOM, have brought into focus the statistical dilemma faced by member states. I refer here to lack of appreciation for data and statistics at various levels, low priority of statistics, particularly in national planning and strategizing, lack of demand for statistics, the need for capacity building for collection, processing, and analyzing of data, and the problem of insufficient budgets to advance the need for accurate and reliable data through an efficient system for measurements and evaluation.
The meeting was funded by the Caribbean Development Bank and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF.
Early childhood centers or daycares in Dominica have received $20,000 worth of early childhood education manipulatives from the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development. These manipulatives are for the stimulation and growth of children between 0 and 3 years. In 2012, the government of Dominica committed to providing more access to early childhood education. Today, the ministry is taking its action one step further to extend its reach to daycare centers and the Roving Caregivers Program. Speaking at the handing over ceremony on Wednesday morning, the Honorable Minister for Education, Peter St. John, said not enough emphasis has been placed on children younger than preschool age 3 years. He called for a new approach.
We need to rethink our approach. And I wish to remind us that research continues to prove that while early childhood refers to the period of birth to 8 years, the first 3 years are the most critical in ensuring a successful future. In fact, there is much empirical evidence to show that children are supposed to be stimulated from the womb.
There are currently 17 registered daycare centers in Dominica, with a total of 41 caregivers to over 200 children. The Roving Caregivers program, which began in July 2016, operates in a number of communities, including Casa Bruce and the Kalinago Territory. Honorable St. Jean spoke clearly to those caregivers about their responsibility in shaping the next generation.
Our vision within the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development is that every child succeeds. And so I want to remind us that this vision begins with you, since you are the first institution of learning. You are the key in ensuring that our children receive a solid foundation, a good foundation for life. Therefore, your focus cannot just be on custodial care.
Assistant Education Officer in Early Childhood Development, Vida George, says it is critical that children are given the proper stimulants at the right age.
One of the problems that we face is that there is not enough stimulation happening at our daycares, and parents tend to hurry our children to be potty trained so that they can attend the preschool. We need to be cautious here because a program for an infant is different from a program for a toddler and is different from the program for the young child in preschool transitioning to formal education. While we do have exceptions, our eagerness to register children in programs before their time is extremely detrimental, and sometimes the effects are irreversible.
She told caregivers that their role must be more than just custodial and stated her expectations following the use of the learning materials.
It is expected that following the handing over of these manipulatives, the quality of the programming at all our daycare centers will improve, and our facilities will be able to meet not only national but regional and international standards. Let me now take this opportunity to thank you, the caregivers at our daycares and in the Roving Caregivers program, for your hard work. Sometimes you get discouraged, especially when you feel that parents and guardians do not appreciate your efforts. However, I want to urge you, fellow educators, to continue the good work.
You are watching National Focus. More when we return.
Welcome back. On Friday, 5 contracts were signed for the building of Campbell and Viewpoint roads. The contracts, amounting to over $600,000, were given to local contractors of the Campbell area. Addressing the contract signing ceremony, Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Maho constituency, Rayburn Blackmore, enlightened on the areas of the roads which the projects will address.
Today we're here signing 5 contracts amounting to well over $678,000 for works to be undertaken on 4 segments on the roads in a wonderful emerging community they call Viewpoint in one, and 2 sections of road on the Campbell Main Road.
The Honorable MP reiterated his plans to have all roads rehabilitated in the constituency.
And as the Member of Parliament for the Maho constituency, I want to assure the people of the Maho constituency that during this term, all the roads that need rehabilitation will be addressed. I want to say further that with the assistance of our local engineers, Mr. Cassani Laville and Mrs. Dangreben, we have all the estimates and designs for all our roads that need repairs in the constituency.
Honorable Blackmore announced that during the course of the month, more contracts will be signed for additional road works.
During the course of this month, we shall be signing some more contracts to the tune of $775,000 to actually address some roads in the Kinfield area, namely Kinfield East and RBC Housing Scheme, also in Kinfield.
Finally, this news time, 54 farmers are now owners of greenhouse plastic covering materials to improve production output. On Wednesday, a ceremony was held at the 1 Mile Agricultural Station to hand over 58 greenhouses and plastic covers to 54 farmers. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Harold Geest, stated that due to climate change, adaptation is necessary and farmers must utilize modern agricultural technology.
We have a tremendous challenge. The weather pattern is changing and has changed, and therefore we have to adapt. So basically, in the open fields, there are advantages, as Mr. Leslie said, but we cannot control the elements. If we're in Kawem now and rain decide to fall, and if you're planting something like potato or you're planting something like onion and you're expecting the dry season, the bulbs would be mature, the leaves would be dry, and you'll be able to harvest your crop. And then rain comes in that time there. You'll find that your bulbs will start to rotten, or they will start to sprout, or they will make it unmarketable, and your yield will be reduced, you will lose money.
He encouraged farmers to make optimal use of the material that they now have. Head of the Extension Department, Felix Leslie, also made an appeal to farmers participating in greenhouse technology.
I do not want to use the word, it is given to you free of cost. It cost somebody or some organization something. So when you receive what you receive it gladly, and be professional in the way that you manage it, so that as we work together on the ground, we can advance the greenhouse subsector, and in essence, we'll be advancing the agricultural sector.
Chief of the Economic and Commercial Office of China in Dominica hopes this sixth phase of the agricultural cooperation between Dominica and China will lead to the seventh. He expressed his satisfaction with the project.
I'm very pleased to attend this activity. I think it will be to encourage the Chinese agriculture team to work hard. Yeah. Also, I hope it will be help the local farmer. So I think today's activity is very helpful. It's a part of this cooperation between us to improve the modern agriculture development.
Plastic coverings can effectively control internal environment of greenhouses, such as lighting, watering, preventing insects, pests, and plant disease. Under greenhouse conditions, it can also decrease the harmful effects from the environment, reduce risk to farmers, improve quality and production of agricultural products, and ensure the stability of output. The agricultural technical cooperation between Dominica and China was established 11 years ago. This year also marks the 13th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Dominica and China. And that's the news. Before we leave, here are a few announcements. Property owners in the city of Roseau are hereby informed that municipal rates for April 2017 are due and payable. Also, property owners who are in default of payment of municipal and land and house rates are kindly requested to visit the office of the Roseau City Council to settle outstanding amounts. The public is hereby notified that the post office for Point Michel is now temporarily relocated to the Point Michel Village Council. Mail can be collected on Monday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Tuesdays to Fridays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The ministry wishes to apologize for any inconvenience caused to the residents of Point Michel during the relocation period and takes this opportunity to thank you for your patronage. Coming up next, tips on keeping Mother Earth healthy. Can Mother Earth count on you to help keep her healthy? Here are some tips to keep Mother Earth healthy. Plant a tree. Pick up trash at a park. Don't throw trash out the window. Don't dump waste into the ocean. Walk instead of driving short distances.
Take shorter showers. Don't leave the water running while washing dishes. Turn lights off when you leave your house. Drink from reusable bottles and recycle cans and bottles. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm.
Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel.
Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I'm Kerdisha Sentry.
And I'm Lourianne Graham Carter. Thanks for watching and join us again next time on National Focus.